What's going on, guys? Texas Mod Network here, back again with another video. I know it's been a little while. I've been in the process of moving, just got to a new place. Trying to get back into the swing of things, get some good videos out. So here we got our grill build video, which I've been had a lot of people ask about. I did a grill for the other truck. Basically just going to break down the basic steps of how I put it together and give you guys just kind of a short, quick how-to guide. Not going to go completely into depth. But the basics of it here, you see around the edges, this is all the aluminum pieces are actually just reinforcement. And then we have the actual mesh itself, which will make up the inner part of the grill here. So what happens is the first thing that you're going to end up wanting to do is you're going to take your frame here, and then anything in the middle, depending on whatever kind of truck, car, vehicle you have, anything that's in the middle, basically you're going to cut out. And I've already cut this section out. This actually comes as a single piece grill, and I cut the whole middle section out, went ahead and smoothed out all the edges, sanded this all out. And then once you get done with that, this has kind of a base coat on it for the paint. I did a base coat and I did primer it before, so I sanded the whole thing down, primered it after finishing my cutting. As you can see, I've already did most of the prep. It just made the video a little easier to put together. Would have been in more depth about it, but I kind of had to draw it out just because of moving and other things going on. So you can see all this is all primered up just to kind of protect it a little better, make it look a little more uniformed. And then, so anyways, what we do here, after you get your innermost part of your grill cut out, and then that's when you're going to come in, and you're going to have a mesh sheet, and this one I already cut out to fit. So basically it's going to go along further past the edge of your actual grill, and so that's how you know you get kind of the general shape of where you're going to cut it out. And so after that, then you know, basically you can paint the mesh to any shade or color you might want. The mesh I did for this grill, if I can get a better angle on it without getting in the picture, this is just a black. I just did a black mesh, so I'll have the black and red theme going on. And then basically what will end up happening is these bars, I'll show later in the video, are going to go back behind and brace up against the metal here. And then we have aluminum rivets, if I can get the camera to focus a little better here, but aluminum rivets that are large flange, just kind of gives it a kind of that look, the interesting kind of unique look. And then whenever you come in, all these holes are pre-drilled, so that'll come in, you'll end up popping your rivet down, and you end up with just a nice silver circle and just each one of these holes. And I just went ahead and all these are measured out, so they're the same on this side as they are on this side, and it's the same spacing all the way across the top. So next I'm going to go ahead and finish painting the grill frame, and then we'll get into the actual assembly, guys. Alright guys, here we go. Just about finished up with the paintwork. Does need a few touch-ups. Not the best thing in the world, but I do want to say that just for the sake of this video, you know, this is kind of supposed to be a do-it-yourself video, so it's kind of whatever quality you could expect doing it yourself. Could be better, could be worse. You never know. So we're going to go ahead and let this dry up, and then we'll get back inside and we'll start doing the assembly. Hey guys, back inside, got everything laid out to start the grill assembly here. Just a couple quick things. Definitely going to want to try to get a pair of metal cutting shears, scissors, kind of like this. Makes it a lot easier when you're going around cutting out your mesh. Cuts through it like butter instead of trying to use anything else that you might have. Not too expensive. I think I got these at Harbor Freight for like $5. So that's something to think about. The other thing you're definitely going to need, if you're going to do the pop rivet style like I'm doing this with, just a pop riveter. This is like $20 I think I got it for. Not too expensive, just enough to do the job. So we're going to need that. And then the next thing we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and show the layout of how the pieces on this are actually going to work together to hold the mesh into place. Alright guys, so I got the grill laid out here, got the pieces laid out. Easiest way to do this, is to whenever you actually do this, I drilled these holes. They look kind of off on the actual metal themselves. Drilled these with the metal sitting inside of the grill frame. So whenever I drilled the holes, I drilled straight through the outer grill frame where the holes line up with the metal. They look kind of off on here. It's kind of the way the positioning was on the metal, but they line up with the holes. So I went ahead and I marked everything too. So I got left, right. This is my bottom piece. It's smaller. It fits in here. And then I've got the top piece, left and right piece here. And then the right piece, top and bottom, and then the left piece, same way, top and bottom, just so that I know where they go in the position. One thing that you might have to do, this mesh is a little bit of a smaller mesh that I'm using particularly. So if you see here where the actual rivet holes are, I kind of had to expand some of these just to make sure that the rivets would go through, because they don't fit. They don't like to fit through the metal quite as good. So I kind of just cut some of these sections out. So the way I have this set up then is these pieces laying here, and I kind of got to bend to them so that when they sit in there, it goes into this edge. And if you look at this top piece, it's got a bend right here, so that gives you the bend to go into this corner to make it actually sit flush. So these guys will sit in here just like that. And for the way this frame is, this top piece will sit over. It's kind of hard to do with them holding the camera. I don't have a really good tripod right now. But the top piece will sit over and it'll kind of bend in better. And these will go up. And what will happen is this piece will actually end up sitting over this piece to help hold the frame together better whenever the rivets go through. And then the bottom piece here doesn't go quite all the way across. It's just kind of a reinforcement just right there in the middle. Didn't have a piece left over. Basically, I cut these pieces off of this other piece, so it's just enough to hold this down, and that gives a little bit more structure at the top. The whole thing makes it a little bit more rigid. So next step we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get these lined up and start getting some rivets through them. And I'll kind of show a little bit of the process once I get the first couple in to kind of hold it together. I got the first couple rivets in here just to hold the bottom piece in place. Still have the side pieces sitting back here. First couple pieces are in place. As you can see, the rivets are securely through our piece of aluminum flat stock here, which is holding this mesh down. So if we turn the grill over here now, you'll see how the rivets look. Just gives it a nice kind of clean look and holds it all together. And then whenever you go to actually push down on this, you're going to see that that piece is solid, whereas this piece where it's not attached, it's still real loose and everything. So you can see what kind of holding effect you get. So that's really going to give you that long-term longevity whenever this is on the vehicle. Make it last long, make it stay together. So the way it's going to work is that's going to give you, I mean, just from two you can see how well it holds it. And then we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4 more on the bottom. That's all I did across the bottom. The other thing is I've run into is these pieces kind of come off. I could have cut around them, but it holds pretty well. So we're going to go ahead and probably go into a quick time lapse here, just kind of. Alright guys, this is going to be just kind of a quick how-to for the people that have never used a rivet before, or a pop rivet gun. It's really easy. Get your rivet lined up, goes through your hole, comes around to the back. You can see it comes through whatever your material is. And then all you have to do is take your rivet gun right here. Kind of hard to see in this shot. But take your rivet gun, slide it over your pop rivet, and then on the handle side of it, zoom out a bit, you're going to take your pop riveter, and all you have to do is apply pressure, squeeze the script, and then sometimes you got to move it down a little bit, squeeze it again, take a couple times, and then what you'll end up hearing is once you get to the point where the rivet's fully in place, is you're going to get a snap. Just like. Alright guys, here we go, finally done. Here's the finished product. You can see the top, see all the rivets are in, holding the mesh firmly in place. Come down here, get a little closer. You can see the mesh itself. I mean, it's solid as can be. You can see here and kind of put some pressure on here. I don't want to push it too much because you can bend the mesh if you do, but kind of see that the mesh is held in uniformly the same all the way across. We'll go ahead and give her a flip. On the back here, you can see all the rivets coming through the metal, and that's just holding our mesh firmly in place all the way around. A little zoom out shot here. Like I said, what I did on the corners was this has an overlap, so this piece overlaps this piece just to hold the corner better and give it a little bit more of a structural point there. The only reason I didn't do it as much on the bottom is a little bit more difficult to try to come around this corner. It's a little bit of a sharper turn. It was easier to get up in that corner, do it. Went ahead and did that on both sides. Just got a nice overlap, give the grill frame a lot more structure, since once we cut out the middle of this, we basically took away all the structure. As you can see, the frame, it still has primer and everything on the back of here. For the purposes of this video, I'm probably not going to paint it in the video. I'm looking at painting it afterwards. I'm actually going to do something interesting with this grill, guys. I don't actually have a truck that will fit this grill anymore. It's for like the 01 to 03 Rangers, Ford Rangers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a giveaway. Probably do a post on my Instagram. Probably end up painting this all black just to make it look a little nicer. You guys can do the same thing if you do something similar. But I'm going to do a giveaway on this grill. It does have a couple scratches and stuff just from me putting it together, but I'm going to do some touch-ups, do a giveaway. Comment below if you would like to win this grill. You'll be automatically entered to win. I'm going to put a post on Instagram as well. If you enjoyed the video, guys, please like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them down below. I'll try to get back to them as soon as possible. Hope you enjoyed the video. Texas Mod Network out.